Hello, my name is Carol May Whittick, Spiritual Life Coach. Thank you for tuning in to Higher Energetic Resonance Inspirations. This week, the topic is flow. From Charlotte Eriksson. Spend more time doing things that make you forget about time. On every Monday that follows the Friday release of her inspirations, I send out an accompanying email corresponding to each episode. And if you haven't already, please do consider joining the mailing list to receive that email. This will recap on the episode, but also you'll receive additional meditation, journaling, inspiration notes, anything that will help assist your own journey. If there's any additional resources that I find, I'll link to those, and I'll also be announcing any relevant exclusives. So use the link in the show notes to join up. Also, you receive the free Embody Higher Energetic Resonance course, where you feel into your vision physically, emotionally and spiritually, and start to take on your dreams. From Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Everyone experiences flow from time to time and will recognize its characteristics. People typically feel strong, alert, in effortless control, unself-conscious and at the peak of their abilities. Both a sense of time and emotional problems seem to disappear, and there is an exhilarating feeling of transcendence. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi was a psychologist who created the concept of flow. He coined the phrase and brought it to the public consciousness in around 1970. And flow is often described as being in the zone, being in a state of deep focus and high productivity that then many people can find spiritually uplifting and in complete absorption in any activity. When we're in flow, for example, we give our full attention to what we're doing. We lose any kind of self-awareness, self-concern, any shyness goes out the window because we're so lost in what it is that we're doing. We surrender ourselves to what we're doing. We abandon ourselves to the expression of what we're doing. We're not thinking about how long it's taking or what we have to do next. We're so in the moment. When we're in flow, when we're in the zone, we're usually doing something that's in our expertise. We're operating at our optimum, but then also we're able to sidestep any challenges and that allow for a sense of us to kind of expand and see exactly how far we can push ourselves. One analogy or one picture that comes to mind is if you imagine a high-speed skier slaloming down a ski slope. They're moving at incredible speed, but also they're managing to pivot around any obstacle with total ease and total flow. We're in a state that we can sidestep any challenges, but we're also sidestepping challenges that are within our reach. But we're not to the point where we're getting bogged down or overwhelmed by what we're doing or what we're experiencing. And we're fully in our confidence, we're fully in our genius. So we believe that what we're doing, we are successful, we can be successful in flow. And my own personal experience of flow comes from moments of performing, moments of playing the piano, being on stage, moments of playing sport as well. And for most people, you can even think of being in flow is when you're driving. If you can imagine, you're just in that state of just doing the thing. And for anyone who's driven long distances and gone on motorways and freeways, you still have that ability to respond and react in the moment with such ease that sometimes when your conscious mind comes into play and tries to think over what happened, you're actually amazed that you're able to complete this feat because it's so above and beyond what you even realise that you're capable of doing. Creativity and flow, I believe, go hand in hand. When anyone is in the moment of their expression, they lose all sense of time. They know what it is that they need to do. And also, in order for you to be able to create at an optimal level, you need to be present. You need to be focused. You need to be able to kind of channel your genius without overthinking what it is that you want to do. There are so many examples of artists, musicians and writers who experience flow during their creative processes. And runners, sports people have spoken about them being in their own flow state. And if anyone's ever watched a jazz band and each player takes on their opportunity for improvisation, in order to improvise well, you need to get your mind completely out of the way. But then you're pulling on all of the years of practice and all of the years of scales and theory and just understanding then that freedom and that abandon and responding to things that may happen around you. And witnessing improvisation is probably one of the highest forms of being able to be a spectator of flow, because you're watching each person go into their own zone of genius, but also do it collectively. And I have the highest amount of respect for jazz pianists who are able to improvise that well, because I didn't practice enough in order to get to the state where I was able to improvise on the piano to the level that I would have liked to. So how does spirituality tie in with the flow state? And if we think of all those things, so we've talked about it from sports, expression, creativity. Flowing with spirit is that connection with our higher self and the divine, and living in our truth and approaching the days of our life in flow and in gratitude, so we can navigate all the ebbs and the flows of the world, as we can remain in our deepest connection, in flow, in tandem with our spirit. And it's just fostering that relationship, trusting that relationship, and knowing that everything is all right, everything is working out for our good at all times. So how can we create flow in our lives? How do we get to the state where we are able to pull on flow state at will almost? In order to be in flow state, we have a clarity of what it is that we're doing. We know what we want. We, to an extent, also will know where we're going. So we have this clarity of position. And then we're able to surrender to the moment, be really present, but surrender to the moment, trust in ourselves, trust in our ability, trust in our connection, especially when we're talking about that spiritual connection with ourselves, have faith in what we're able to do, but also have the element of being alert so that as and when we need to course correct, we do. And also when it comes to meditation and mindfulness help to foster a flow state as well, because what we're doing is we're practicing being able to stay in our center despite the distractions. We're able to remain focused. We're able to remain present. We develop a calmer, a clearer and more content version of ourselves. And should anything slightly pull us to the side, we're able to quickly return to our stillness and to that place of flow. So ultimately what we want to do, we want to be living in a flow state. We want to flow in individual tasks. We want to flow with and through our life as well. So the flow becomes what we're doing on a micro level, but then as we're living in a larger level. And what that looks like on a larger level is being in flow is knowing what you stand for, keeping your eyes solely on your vision, working towards your vision, flowing with faith, moving through the world, knowing that you're centered, knowing that you have a purpose, a direction, something that you have to do, so that you're not getting pulled into the next shiny item, you're not getting pulled into the whims and the ways of the majority. And the benefits of being in flow state are meaning that you're able to handle any setbacks, you're able to recenter yourself, guide yourself up and out of any kind of anxiety. You find more contentment because living in your purpose and working towards your purpose in that flow state, in spite of the environment around you, is where ultimately you can find your peace, because you know that this is the thing that's for you. Find out what it is that you love. What do you love? What do you want to create in your life that you can say that you love your life? What is the meaning of your life? How can you be in service? What is the legacy that you want to create for yourself, for your world, for your family, for your peers, for people around you who can benefit from your expertise? Because we're all here to find that sense of purpose within ourselves. If we imagine a world, if I imagine the world, and this is what I always come back to, I imagine the world where everyone is in their state of flow, because when you're in that state of flow, when you're in your state of passion, when you can see what it is that your vision is and you're working towards that, all you ever want to do is to encourage other people to find it for themselves, because there's such a richness in that space. There's such a joy in that space, even with everything, even when things quote unquote go wrong, even when things seem delayed or going off track or anything like that. You just know that you are still working towards what it is you see in your mind, in your heart, and you know it's unique to you. For me, the big dream is to inspire as many people to see that that is possible for themselves. Because if we're all moving from that state, we have more respect for others. We don't feel that there is any level of competition or scarcity in the world. All it is just knowing how good you feel doing your thing and encouraging others to find their good thing too. From Robin S. Baker: be creative, be spontaneous. Move your body with a rhythmic flow. Activate that sacral chakra. Thank you so much for listening, and I would really like to know if you are getting value from this new series. Really let me know what comes up for you, what breakthroughs you're finding, what revelations are coming to you. If you have any struggles, if you have any questions, find me on any social media. So Casmic, CAZMICK on Instagram, Carol May Whittick on Facebook, Carol May Whittick on LinkedIn as well. Find me on my website, carolmaywhittick.com, CarolMayWhittick.com. And if you want to go deeper, if you know there's a purpose to your life, if you want help, if you want direction, if you want accountability and support with that, my purpose in this world is to show you that it's possible for you, is to guide you to working towards your purpose, to realizing your purpose, so that you can then make an impact in your life and in your world. Find out more about my Higher Energetic Resonance one-to-one spiritual life coaching program, and we can have a discussion about how I can support you in your future and in your flow state. So thank you again for joining me on another episode. If you haven't already, I encourage you to join the mailing list. Until next week, take care.